please summarize your seminar and highlight your main argument?
The main argument in my seminar is going to be that to succeed in national security policymaking circles, you need to start with a PhD in Italian Renaissance art history. And I say that only half facetiously because my point tonight is to talk about why we have many discussions about STEM, about the hard sciences, but I'm on a mission to try to amend that to be STEAM and add the arts in there. And the reasons I want to do that are primarily because creativity and the ability to invent and to collaborate intellectually is one of the great American achievements and unique capabilities. And as we look at our national security posture, our primary challenge right now is from the communist China portfolio. They don't have that capacity. The way they educate their young people is not to encourage creativity and collaboration. It is to exclusively focus on the hard sciences. That's not a genetic thing. The people of Taiwan don't have that issue. They are extremely creative and collaborative and a wonderful partner to the United States. That is the outcome of a very rigid authoritarian system that stifles creativity. So intellectual freedom, freedom of speech, these are the building blocks, I think, of the next American century. So that's what I want to talk about.
With cyber becoming increasingly prevalent in discussions of national security and having this emphasis on hiring people with a STEM, not necessarily a STEAM background for jobs and internships, what keeps humanities majors relevant?
Well, I think that's precisely it, that we obviously do need the people in the hard sciences. And as you understand technically the challenges from the cyber field, which are new and they are evolving. And so we need that technical capacity to be able to counter those. At the same time, we need the folks who can think creatively, think outside the box, problem solve, and that's what the humanities trains you to do.
So for those who don't know, what is the Heritage Foundation and what type of research do you produce?
The Heritage Foundation is a 50-year-old think tank in Washington, D.C. We're one of the so-called majors, along with Brookings, the Atlantic Council, and the American Enterprise Institute, four largest think tanks in Washington. We are unique amongst that group in that we are located on Capitol Hill. So a lot of what our activities are focused on Congress. At the same time, we have advised mostly conservative presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan, but our research is nonpartisan. We're a 501c3. We will talk to anyone who will listen to us. And we have three main divisions, one our legal center, one our domestic center, and one our national security center, which is the piece of it that I run.
What advice would you offer those with humanities backgrounds looking to get into the world of think tanks, policy, and other government work?
Start by being unapologetic. Take the kick me sign off your back if you're a philosophy major, an English major, a French major, God forbid an art history major. Treat this as the greatest thing that's ever happened and explain how it has shaped your thinking. We have had a great history of being successful in art history departments placing students in law school because art history students tend to be able to digest large amounts of facts, things like names, dates, that kind of locations. They tend to be able to write pretty well and build an argument out of the pieces of information that they have. And so you can take that kind of skill set, and sure, you might have been using it for Michelangelo, but you could also use it as, as a lawyer. So I think figuring out how your thinking has been trained in the humanities and then applying that to what you want to do, be it national security policy or any other kind of policy, is how to go about it. To our pursuit of, in my case, national security policy making, to get to success as the United States, we need actually STEAM with the inclusion of the arts, not just STEM, and that intellectual freedom and freedom of speech should be our brand as America, and that they can build a new American century.